All right, here we go. Morning of November 20th. Empty parking lot here on the public land. Been a rough week for my poor truck. It was actually the day that we were going to help Aaron track his deer. 1:30 in the afternoon, this buck just kamikazes right into the side of my truck, just broadsided it, busted out the window. So anyways, I got one with the truck last week. I guess technically I'm on the board, but I'd much rather get one with the bow. So anyways, it's been a really good week of hunting. Talk more about that here in a little bit, but gonna head back in here. Got close to a mile walk, maybe 9/10 of a mile back into the spot I'm going. It's an area that we've been hunting throughout October and November here. Jake and I hunted it a few days ago, saw a bunch of does back in there. So November 20th, plan is to get on the downwind side of a bedding area. It's a great time to catch buck cruising again. I'm trying to find another receptive doe. So that's the plan for this morning. Like I said, I'll talk more about it when I get in there. Well, I'm headed back in here to this pin oak marsh. Wind is dead calm right now. I had to go really slow. Off to my left here, there's a slough. And then out in front of me is this real thick pocket of pin oaks. I've got a medium-sized oak tree here that's got a bunch of branches coming off of it that'll provide really good cover. I've only got 3 sticks today, so I can probably get up about 13, 14 feet. So anyways, I'm gonna get set up here. I'm real excited about this spot. First time in, really hunting this part of this bedding area. I'm excited to see what turns up here. It's a little after 7 o'clock right now, and first thing, had a fawn come in behind me here. A few days ago, Jake and I hunted, and we saw a bunch of does and a couple of small bucks come out of this bedding cover. So this morning I came in and I'm set up on the back side of it. Speaking of cruising, there's a buck right there. But that's exactly what I'm wanting to see this morning, is that cruising activity on the backside of this bedding area. And one thing we've noticed here in the last couple of days is a lot of bucks are getting freed up from does and are starting to cruise again. So my plan for this morning was to get in close to this bedding area. The way this spot sets up, like I've said, is I've got thick cover in front of me. Off to my left, up against the edge of the slough, there's a really high stem density cover as well. And that thick cover kind of funnels down and ends right here by the stand. So this morning I've come into the backside of that thick cover with the wind coming from the southeast, so blowing from that bedding area. So I can just scent check as he's cruising along the backside of this thick cover. I really like the way it sets up, it just makes a lot of sense. Already seeing deer moving. Probably gonna sit in here till at least noon, if not all day long. Aaron killed a great buck a few days ago. Hopefully we can keep the ball rolling. Down. Oh. Big 8-pointer. Caught me completely off guard. I was just getting beauty shots as the sun was coming up. All of a sudden, here he comes, big 8-pointer cruising the backside of this thick cover. Probably not a whole lot of good footage of that deer, I apologize. I was just trying to get everything situated. One of those bad mornings not to have a cameraman, but unbelievable. Gorgeous morning here. Made a quick hunt of it. Happened just the way I hoped it would. Buck cruising the backside of this bedding area. Just beautiful. Beautiful light. Sun coming up right now. He's down 60 yards away. Yes. Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
We got all the tools for the job. We sat in that cottonwood there the other day and he's down in the thicket, I think. Gotta go find him. They're facing the other way. Yeah. Should go see how close I can get to it. Little buck, you see him? Yeah. Let's go.
Thank you. I can't see him. Right through there.
Oh yeah.
Barely see the top of him.
Nice setup there.
Sweet.
I've never been back in here. This open, like, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, well I scouted back in here last year. I didn't make it quite this far down, but as I looked at it on the map, I like the fact that there's this little slough right here.
Nothing
I guess
can get
height.
downwind, really.
Yeah, there's some real high stem density cover right there. And then, yeah, with the southeast basically blowing over the top of that slough, it seemed like it was a pretty solid choice.
If they're moving from like those bedding areas to any of the other ones down there,
Yeah,
this little strip here makes sense.
yeah. I just remember when I came in here last year, it's mostly these red oaks and pin oaks. So I brought the stand in because they just always have all those branches. So it's, I figured I could just wedge the stand in there. But I got in here and like there's this perfect straight cotton. I was like, oh, could have brought the saddle, but either way, it worked out. Yeah, he was coming down this line right here, and I thought he was going to come right in front of the stand, like 8-10 yards. But then he cut left and went behind.
Ooh.
And oh yeah, I was getting hairy at that point. At that point, I'm wrapping the camera around. But the good thing is I'd practiced that because I figured there was a good chance that something could come out here this morning. So I had practiced it, and I knew I could do it. But yeah, he cut at 15 yards, and I had an opening, but I wasn't ready because I was filming beauty footage. I was filming leaves with the sun behind it. I'm pretty sure that's how the clip starts.
Really?
And then all of a sudden, I zoom out, like, oh, there he is. He was like 40 yards away, coming right at me. But he cut left, and actually I think it worked out better that way. He stopped there and he was quartering away, distracted. So I was able to get the camera on him and get drawn back.
Heck yeah.
That's what you like to see right there. Sharpened that baby up yesterday.
Yeah, you can barely see the set. I had to look and see which tree it was in. It's in that one there.
Yeah, didn't have a clue. I mean, that cover
Yeah,
is
even
awesome.
that little branch that's kind of like covering up where your body would have been.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the blood trail is like after like the single bevel broadhead hits, you know, or at least Aaron's didn't seem like it had as much blood, but
neither of mine did really either.
Yeah.
I guess my second one.
My guess
Had
is
more.
that there's going to be a fair amount of blood here.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Yeah.
You can see it all the way up there.
Just all over. Look at that. Dude, that's cool. That's what I remember when he's coming in. Just tall tines and he wrapped around in front. Awesome, man. Pretty 8-pointer. Came out right on, yep.
Just blew right through there.
Yeah. Entry's about mid-body, about second to last rib. And that had to have cut top of the heart or artery coming off the heart or something, because he didn't make it more than 50 yards.
Yeah, that arrow's buried in the ground.
Yeah.
Went through. I mean, imagine it hit something hard on that other side and it went through it no problem. It looks like. Yeah, you did that yesterday morning.
Yeah, I mean, working them until they're razor sharp. Out of the package, those broadheads were fairly sharp, but not nearly as sharp as what I was able to get them on that stone.
It seems like most broadheads you buy, I mean, like you're saying, a lot of the, like we were talking about yesterday, a lot of those expandables, you can darn near run your finger right down them, which it's like, it's just pushing through at that point. It's not cutting really much at all. People are probably going to wonder, like, what we were talking about yesterday, what is the best thing that you found to sharpen?
It's a sharpening stone that I couldn't even tell you the name of it. I'll just have to show pictures or footage of it. It can sharpen 4-blade, 3-blade, 2-blade, just based on the angle. It does a really good job, and my dad bought it at least 20 years ago. You know, I had Mindy stretching rubber bands, and then I was running the broadhead across it, and then
you don't need to put much pressure on it at all.
No, the factory sharpen it took a little bit, but the ones that I had touched up, it was they just snapped, just popped as soon as you hit them, and that's the way they need to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're just always going to get more blood the sharper it is, because it's like I just said, it's not like it's pushing through and like going around stuff. It's cutting everything that it encounters, basically.
He's cool, man. I like him.
Yeah. You gonna keep him?
Yeah, he's a keeper. I mean, really, everything here just kind of came together. I mean, starting when you and Ted were hunting here in October, you guys realized there was a bunch of deer back in here, and I don't know if it has directly to do with the fact that these pin oaks are dropping acorns.
Real heavy.
But yeah, I mean, even as we're standing here, there's been acorns falling all around us.
And those pin oaks hold for a long time. We were already talking about late season back in here the other night when we were here. So as the season goes on, it just seems like deer can stack more and more into them.
Also, it seems like it's pretty good thermal cover too. You notice how breezy it is today. You see the treetops are swaying, but right down in here, well, there's virtually no wind coming through. Late season, I think this would be a hot spot as well.
And we talked about all the different types of habitat that we basically have in a 100-yard little strip here. And it seems like also anytime we can get along these sloughs or rivers or creeks like this during the rut, just seems like the deer cruise right down basically within bow range of them.
And when you got an area where you know there's a bunch of does, just
keep at it.
Yeah, I mean, that's been good. I mean, it's probably been as good of a week of November, mid-November, that I can ever remember around here. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, it definitely feels good to put a tag on one. And when you think about all the miles that we put on, you know, hunting the public land around here and just the grind throughout the season, it's nice when it all comes together and you can do it with a group of friends. I appreciate you guys coming out. And
no, that's a no-brainer. I mean, this is my favorite part, regardless of who shoots it. I mean, we all hunt the areas together and just bounce ideas and information off of each other, and it doesn't really matter who's successful. It just feels good. Whenever you're ready, dude, you can get out of my shot.
Dude, you're in my frame.
I'm killing it over here.
That's your first, bro.
Okay, bro. Squared it up pretty good, huh?
Right through the center of the heart. Pretty impressive.
So you beat Aaron.
I'll take it.
Aaron didn't even have that off in 5 minutes, probably.
You guys are braver than I am. I'm not biting the raw heart.
I'll eat a cooked heart. We should keep it. You gonna try to get another one?
Oh yeah, I think we might, dude. You guys got enough stuff?
Just need a bigger sled.
For the smaller deer?
Smaller deer.
More squats, you say?
More squats, lunges, climbing mountains.
We'll be 20 years old.
Or that too.
21, I guess he is now.
21, yeah.